Imagine a world where you could literally see live closed captions in real time for everybody that you spoke to. In a restaurant with friends, when ordering coffee, or just sat at home in your living room chatting to your partner. Well, my YouTube community, I'm going to let you rest that overexcited imagination of yours, because this idea is no longer a thing of your fantasies. And these are the Xander glasses, which may well be the answers to your dreams. I was as curious as you probably are when I first came across Xander glasses at the Consumer Electronics Show in Vegas in 2023, as they fit into a very unique category when it comes to helping those with hearing loss. So I would 100% recommend watching on today if you find that hearing aids just aren't cutting it for you anymore, or if speech sounds loud enough but still doesn't make sense. Because today I'm not talking about another type of hearing aid, nor another type of app. But instead, it's something completely outside of the box. For the right person, Xander glasses can be absolutely life-changing. And they're not for everybody, no, nor are they a replacement for hearing aids or cochlear implants. In my opinion, they're there to supplement other hearing aid technology. And if you've exhausted all other options, they could well be the missing piece for you. So who are they for? Well, periodically, I come across patients wearing either hearing aids or cochlear implants. They've been fitted correctly, they've added accessories such as remote microphones, yet the results are still far from where they'd like to be. And there sometimes comes a point where there's nothing more that can be done. This is a lot more common for those of you out there with a severe to profound hearing loss, with auditory neuropathy, poor word recognition, aphasia, or potentially auditory processing disorders. And I've seen firsthand that it can result in relying on writing things down, using phone transcription apps, or, this is the sad part, people just not getting involved or stopping socializing altogether. If this sounds all too familiar, please do not lose faith just yet, as this is exactly who Xander glasses are designed for. I think it's time for me to show you the good stuff, isn't it? At their core, Xander glasses are real-time captioning glasses. They listen to speech, convert it to text, and then project captions directly into your visual field. The text sits neatly just below your natural line of sight, so it's not too distracting, and they're positioned perfectly for you to glance at, rather than staring at them. And when I've tried them out, that's exactly how they should be used. If you're watching the TV with closed captions, it's unlikely that you'll look at every word. It may be a momentary glance if you've missed something. And this tech is best used in exactly the same way. Now, this is all possible because these aren't just any old frames. Hidden inside, you'll find dual noise handling, high accuracy, directional microphone technology, specifically designed for isolating the voice of the person that you're looking at, even in an incredibly noisy environment. The arms contain the brains for onboard real-time processing of speech, which uses artificial intelligence to transcribe those conversations, with the final result being real-time text projected onto the inside of the specially designed lenses. This is all done with minimum latency, which comes in at just under a second, and I have to say they are great at keeping up with conversations. That means you can look at the person speaking, you can maintain eye contact, read what's being said, and stay engaged with what's going on around you all at the same time. But oh no, that's not everything. If you want to really supercharge these glasses, the box also comes with a pair of remote Bluetooth microphones for those really challenging listening situations, which, when worn by another person, will send their voice directly to the glasses for processing. So in the toughest of listening conditions, Xander's data shows that caption accuracy can still reach well over 90%. Now, I know exactly what you're thinking. The arms on these glasses aren't the most inconspicuous of things. But if it's the difference between sitting in the corner of a room alone and not being able to communicate with anyone around you, or having to wear these glasses, I know exactly what I would choose, and I'm pretty sure you would choose them too. So the Xander glasses are actually incredibly unique, and yes, it's worth highlighting that there are other closed caption glasses out there already, but Xander glasses are unique in the sense that they work completely offline. So there's no phone required, no cloud processing, no recording, no storing of conversations, and most importantly, no fiddling, which in my opinion is all a massive deal for privacy and ease of use. Now, I've also got some incredibly interesting data coming out of Xander's studies, which I want to share with you in terms of the effectiveness of these glasses. But before I get there, you will be shocked shocked. You'll be shocked to the core to hear that 75% of people watching my videos haven't yet subscribed. You're missing out. And I want to ask a huge favour from you. If you've ever enjoyed my videos, then please press the subscribe button somewhere down here. It helps the channel grow, and the bigger the channel gets, the better these videos will get. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of today's video. Audiologists across multiple VA medical centres in the US have been evaluating Xander glasses for more than a year now, and Xander have just released the first real-world data showing how effective this technology is, and they've been tested on people with a range of different hearing challenges. From those people out there with a severe to profound hearing loss, poor word recognition scores, auditory neuropathy, aphasia, or auditory processing disorder, all of whom still had major communication difficulties with hearing aids, cochlear implants, or other assistive technology. Now, the study's initial findings showed that 69% achieved clinically meaningful improvement in speech understanding. 69%. And like I said, these people thought there was nothing more out there for them to be able to improve their ability to communicate. But that's not all. In quiet group situations, average sentence understanding jumped from 33% to 93%. And even with the addition of background noise, which of course makes it incredibly difficult for anybody out there with hearing loss, they increased speech understanding from 19% to 87%. Now, I will highlight that this is average data, which obviously it's important that we look at, but there are some whopping outliers too in this study, with one veteran going from 8% word recognition score in quiet, 8%, to 93% when using Xander glasses, along with their hearing aids, that is. And an aphasia patient improved from 64% to 95% in quiet, and from 68% to 91% in noise. So I think you can tell I am pretty excited by this technology, as the numbers show one thing, but those same users also report subjectively going back to restaurants, socializing more, and feeling more comfortable talking to strangers, which they'd almost given up on. Now, you know me, and whilst I will always champion the positives with any new technology, at the same time it wouldn't be fair if I didn't highlight the drawbacks outlined in this study too, with some users simply stating that they preferred auditory strategies and others reporting visual fatigue after 2 hours, which I think makes sense, as after 2 hours anybody would find it tough following subtitles for that length of time. Now, despite this, in my experience, this is one of the first viable assistive technologies for people who've been told that there's nothing more that can be done. In practice, having tried these out extensively, I don't think Xander glasses are for everybody. They're not a replacement for hearing aids, and they're certainly not an easy fix. But for a very specific group of people, this is one of the first technologies that I've seen that actually changes what's possible. Now, don't stop your search. I'm telling you now, do not stop your search for the best hearing possible until you've watched this video covering the best hearing aids of 2026.